still. I do. Jesus on a biscuit. Right. Welcome
Welcome to the Mumson Podcast.
Season 2.
What?
Episode 1.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
It's so good to be back.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Sorry about the long hiatus, but Mumson lost his voice from all his podcasting.
After talking about
Red rough talking, yeah.
He did so much talking, he couldn't talk for like a year.
I still
How long has
fully
it been?
recovered.
It's been at least a few months, eh?
Write that down.
At least a few months.
There's been so much we've been doing. Well, a lot of stories.
Stuff that isn't podcasting.
Yeah.
Are we still in Japan?
No, we're in Hong Kong now.
Yeah, we're
We're rioting against the government.
Yeah.
Damn China.
Got that goddamn China.
We're in our new podcasting laboratory.
Yeah, that's alright.
That's why there's so much echo, I'm sure.
Because we know our audience prefers echo.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe the finest quality.
There's a certain level of terribleness we have in our podcast, and
We've got to achieve this.
yeah, audio, content.
Because we've become so much better doing
Stupidity.
podcasting after 12 episodes, we thought, we're so good now, we should go into a room now where it's super echoey so it sounds crap, you know? So let's talk about what we've been doing lately, eh?
Are they
They're
wireless?
really comfortable.
Are they not the ones you have?
No, I got different ones though.
They're talking about some
They're probably the same ones.
some earphones, like a
These are
headset.
900Ns. WX 900 NXP 600.
Talking among themselves, nothing about the podcast.
Yeah, good. Anyways, podcast. Well, we were thinking of so many different things to talk about on this podcast, and we kept saying save it for it, but then we didn't remember, like to write it down.
No, let's talk about the guy at the cinema who told us to
Oh yeah.
have
What movie did we watch?
The Grinch.
That shit one.
No.
It was just a shit.
Angel Has Fallen.
That's-
Yeah, we went to see Angel Has Fallen, a fantastic movie on all accounts, except it doesn't have any jokes about piss colour eyes.
It's
No,
so
yeah.
much useless.
Wait, I think I've seen this movie because I don't think you had that sort of with me.
No.
Is that the one with?
Gerard Butler, Morgan Freeman,
Yeah.
That's-
It's
Geraldine
like it's the
Butler.
government's like some bodyguard, right?
Yeah,
It's
yes.
the third of the Protect the President movies.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not
one.
including the Channing Tatum.
I haven't seen any of the other ones, but
They all suck. Mumson probably likes them.
No.
Wow, they must be
suck.
so bad.
They suck.
Not as good as Daredevil.
The Lord of the Rings.
And by the way, just to clarify for all our listeners out there, that's not Daredevil the show, Daredevil the movie.
Yeah, the best
Obviously
one.
The good one.
the good Daredevil. Where he's like he has to sleep in like a water coffin so he can like sleep.
Because he's a vampire. I mean,
So he's a hero.
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
I think I've actually ever seen that movie.
Oh, we should watch it. Like a,
Commentary.
what am I going to say? Hold on.
Lord of the Rings.
Camper trailer of rubbish.
No, Caravan. That's from our fellow podcasters.
Yeah,
Fellow.
We're equal with them. But
Oh, yeah.
We probably have about the same viewer base.
They often make references to us just as we do to them.
They've actually asked us to be on their show a couple of times. We thought they were a little too low, a little bit too weak.
We don't want to, make our listeners think that we're on that level.
Yeah.
When obviously we're much higher.
We also don't want to steal their very small viewer base.
That's right.
Yeah, all they'd listen to is this on repeat.
Exactly.
Just
yeah.
constantly.
We have too many viewers as it is.
With like 12 episodes.
But
Exactly.
the crazy thing about our viewer base is that it's always shifting, We have like one person for a year and then they're gone.
And that person may or may not be Chris.
Flango.
Chris Flango. Oh,
No, but what I mean is that they listen to it for like, a week. They'll listen to it once and go, oh my god, that was incredible, and I'll listen to it again. So they listen to the next episode, and then they just put it on an endless loop of every single episode for the rest of their life.
That's why the first episode, Sheila or whatever.
Sheila the Spider.
One of our classic one-liners.
Yeah, it was not a whole story that we were going off about. It was a one-liner.
It was a straight line podcast, that was. We knew exactly what we wanted to talk about, and we got there immediately.
Like we do right now.
Right now.
We're so new to podcasting. Didn't have the skills that we have now.
We've upgraded everything
Like
about our
back
systems
then,
now.
we started at a cafe, had buses go by.
And birds try to kill us.
And
halfway through.
now we're in Hong Kong. In a
There's
bus.
no birds in Hong Kong.
In a bus
Our own
stop.
podcasting bus studio.
Yeah.
It's dual purpose.
Oh God! Sometimes we get our real fans to actually do a bus ride with us, and we do a live version of the podcast for them.
We're actually sponsored by Blue Bus.
Blue Bus.
Who the hell's Blue Bus?
It's this Hong Kong company that drives boats.
It's, Hong Kong.
That's a confusing name.
It is a bit weird, but it's Hong Kongese, so.
Hong Kong is, yeah.
What are Hong Kong people, are they Chinese
I don't know.
or
Well, yeah.
or
Yeah.
do they actually have their own
Well, they
Hong
were
Kong?
China and then they split from China.
Yeah.
And now that China wants them back.
Pretty sure we all grew up there, so we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like in America, that far off place in the
No,
distant
we
lands.
originated in Spain,
They don't know
Yes.
about their country when
and
they get
then
taught.
we raised up in Japan, and then
Then we had a brief holiday in
had a brief holiday
Hawaii,
in
and then we came to Hong Kong.
That's right.
And we will never speak about that trip in Hawaii.
No, never.
Something happened.
Too many things went down.
We
Yeah.
lost someone. We actually had another person on this podcast who was always dead silent, but he was there. And we won't speak about him anymore because
We think
we lost him in
we
Hawaii
think they
in a
were
volcano.
I think they were murdered by another member who was on our podcast who became jealous.
Sometimes he slashes tires,
Yeah.
allegedly. So anyway-
slashes tires and throats
And hearts.
And pants. And pants.
and pants.
Like my pants right now.
I did see that, but I didn't say anything because I liked it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this movie we watched,
Yeah.
it was very
yeah.
late. It was very late, and we went into the theatre. And we went to
down.
see it, and we were in the state. We often go to movies like this where it's just a terrible movie, and we know it will be, like The Grinch. And we go in thinking we'll just sit there and laugh at it and make jokes the whole time. It'll be fun, as terrible as the movie might be.
Now I wasn't there.
Yeah, Mason wasn't there, because
They hate me.
the leader of Hong Kong wanted him or something.
The president wanted to do a
President.
podcast with him. The
Yeah.
president of Hong Kong. When the president of Hong Kong calls, you answer.
That's right.
Unless we have better plans like filming a podcast.
Or a
Mumson
movie.
Podcast. Like a movie, yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we went in expecting to see this movie that would be bad and laugh about it, and it was late and there was hardly anyone in the cinema, so we thought it would be fine. Yeah, if that, there was hardly anyone in there, and so we sat in the back corner, far from everyone, and I thought we were pretty quiet, and we were just making jokes about it. It was quite enjoyable. I liked it.
Yeah?
The movie was really, really bad, and we sort of stopped and I was like, hold on. What's happening in the movie? And we were like 10 or 15 minutes in. We had a sort of bit of it. But it was great.
What
And
did you
then-
think of the dad? The dad character.
Oh, he was good.
He was good.
The old guy.
Yeah.
Who the hell's the dad?
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking
John C. Reilly.
Reilly. That was after the incident happened, so that's when I actually started watching the movie. Before that, there was just mouths moving and mumbling noises while I was
Boats and drones and
pretty much.
presidents.
Explosions.
Morgan Freeman.
It was alright.
So yeah, I don't know what point it was. It was fairly early on into the movie.
20
I
minutes.
was like,
This guy came from the centre of the theatre, walked up to us slowly with heavy
big
feet.
fat Kiwi.
Well, he looked fat, but then we saw him when we went out and he didn't. So it could have just been the light. But he stood directly in front of the screen, so I couldn't see the movie that I was really trying to watch, obviously. And what did he say exactly?
That was something along the lines of.
You want to get out of the movie
Would
theatre?
you like to have a chat?
He did the bar thing where you walk up and you said, "You guys want to take this outside?"
That's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
And these guys were probably one of the furthest away from us. And they come up, this guy trying to be all alpha male just plops his big fat ass upstairs. By you big chungus as us. And then he's just like, "Do you guys want to take this outside?" And Mumson pulls out a knife and he says, "I'll take this outside." And the guy's like, "Oh my god, are you guys doing Mumson podcast?"
Wait a minute, I know you guys.
I'm so sorry.
He's like, "I don't want to mess massive bloody loyalty. You guys did a podcast with that's why that Mason guy is in there. He's doing that podcast with the Hong Kong president right now.
Yeah, he was actually one of the insiders. There's actually another level. Obviously, all you fans of the podcast listening right now, you're on the normal podcast listening level, and we all love you, sure. But there's a higher level yet that's impossible to get into.
It's like
But there are people in it.
Our premium members.
Yeah, premium
VIP.
members.
You pay the Patreon.
Yeah, it's Patreon based.
They're in our Patreon.
Very, very private.
The problem is you can't find the Patreon because it doesn't technically exist.
It doesn't technically exist.
But yeah, no. He was this guy in the theatre. He was in that list, so he knew that Mason obviously was in Hong Kong talking to the president.
Because we live in Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh yeah, we went to this
We
movie
went to Hong Kong
in
cinema.
Hong Kong, and
He was a big samurai, sumo wrestler.
but yeah, no, it sort of just it ruined it because he wanted us to be quiet. We didn't think he could hear it,
Yeah.
and we weren't going to do anything because you know we didn't want to get kicked out of a theatre.
Especially if it's something as good as the Hong Kong Cineplex and it costs 5 ringgit to get in. I don't know what the Hong Kong currency is. Even though I've been living here for the last 7 months. I've never had to buy anything because I'm so well connected.
You walk into the grocery, then I want that baguette. This is Hong Kong. Bread loaf, I guess, rice, and they just say, "Oh, Riley from this podcast. Here you go, have all you want."
How's Mason doing with the president?
How's that talk with the president going?
God.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. It's quite a life, this one. We didn't choose
We
it.
live with this podcast life.
This
We
life
didn't choose
chose
podcast
us.
life. Podcast life chose us.
That's right.
But God was such a dick.
Yeah, it just sort of. He did. He used that bad word.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The cunt.
I was about to say, let's keep this season PG. No, that's not.
Right now.
It's not going to happen.
I get telling us to shut up or be quiet.
Hmm.
But just walk.
You? No, you wouldn't.
Well, I prefer that than this freaking piece of shit bogey
Yeah.
walking up
Could've
the
said
stairs. Like he legit had to walk up half the theatre.
Yeah. Which would have destroyed him.
Half breath. He's like out of breath.
He's like,
Never mind, guys, I'll do it again. Let me just sit down here for a bit, watch the movie, get some rest.
So then that pretty much ruined the only way that movie could have been enjoyable.
Yeah, and it was just really bad. Like it wasn't. I guess when a movie's really bad, that it's so bad it's good. It is that way because you can joke about it with your friends
Yeah.
while you're watching it. But this we couldn't. So we're sitting there in relative. We kept talking still because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But relatively
These
quiet.
guys are assholes.
Obviously, comes with the Hong Kong nature. It's,
That's
just, it's like France. Everyone seems really rude there because
Yeah,
that's just their
yeah.
culture. That's like in Hong Kong. We just all chat in movie theaters,
Mm.
except for this guy. So, it just sort of ruined the movie further than it already was bad.
And I was, like the next 20 minutes after it confronted us, me and Travis were just like straight up rage mode.
We were just
Sitting
thinking
there.
about it because I was thinking, we were at the top of the stairs and we were right in front of the aisle, so we were looking down the stairs right where we were, or at least I was. And this guy stood there on the stairs looking up at us.
Worst spot to stand.
If he did actually try to push us or anything, we could have pushed him and he would have fell down all the stairs. It would have been really bad for him.
With his body shape as a bowling ball, he would have rolled through the bloody
He would have
theatre,
bounced off the ground, hit the screen.
which would have stopped the movie, which everyone was
Everyone
like,
It's a horrible movie.
Did you realise, guys, that you guys were in the wrong, not him?
he was in the wrong.
He's
You're not supposed to be talking
He
in the
literally
cinema.
He's
threatened
supposed
us.
to threaten people in
Yeah.
a theatre for talking.
No.
No,
But like,
well, see,
He
the
could have
thing
at least
is,
told us to please be quiet like
Yeah.
most
the
people.
thing is, with a theatre, this is a very difficult area for a lot of people. The
In
way
Hong
I
Kong.
see it, we both, him and us, we both paid for a ticket at full price. I mean, I got it as a student because I'm a student
And we were ripped
working at
off,
Hong
weren't we?
Kong
It was
University.
such a garbage movie.
But
You're working at a university as a student.
yes, I work as a student because I'm so smart they pay me to be there.
Well, he's teaching podcasting. There.
That's right, yeah. Like a
I mean,
doctor.
who's
He's
better to
He's
teach
got a
than
doctorate
A
in
doctor in
podcasting.
podcasting.
PhD podcast doctorate. Right. Anyway, so
It's when people say,
we both, have a right to be there because we paid for it. Yes, they have restrictions of not yelling and killing people in the theatre. But we went specifically at a late time to see a terrible movie with very few people in the cinema. We went as far away from people as we possibly could, and we weren't even that loud. The movie was much louder than we were. I can guarantee you. You could hear it over us with ease.
We were next to the speaker.
I could hear it, and I was talking. I could still hear the movie.
You're basically shouting.
Basically. But he also paid for it. Maybe he wanted to go there and watch this movie because he cares about it. You know, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
There's nothing wrong with being an idiot.
A lot of people
As long
are.
as it don't affect me, but he did.
Look at yourself.
Mason, have a doctorate in fucking podcast.
I haven't seen the president.
We all do. You've seen the president. I got a medal from the president. It's got a big podcast microphone on
The
it.
president has given me the Medal of Honor 3 times.
For the best podcast.
The podcasting Medal of Honor.
Yeah, we actually, in the premium members of the podcast, Mumson Podcast, we actually do secret podcasts. We've actually been doing it this entire break time.
That's right.
And often we bring in the president in those podcasts.
So, but after the fourth person that's been killed, like, from Hawaii.
What's the president?
The president of Hong Kong. Actually, I'm pretty sure they have a prime minister. Because they were British.
I'm pretty sure.
Originally.
Yeah, it is British,
we
isn't it?
know.
Because they have a prime minister.
You
So we're wrong.
What do you know?
You know, we haven't really specified what kind of stupid we are. Because we're talking about Hong Kong. We have accents. That's the only giveaway. But we couldn't be like from America who don't know anything about Hong Kong. We could be. We could be from Japan. Obviously, that's where people might think we were because that's where we were last season. But yeah, they don't know that we're
Japanese.
New Zealanders really annoyed about Hong Kong and not knowing anything about it. That's fine. So anyway, this guy was just bad, and we thought about it, and then we went out to the car park, the parking lot.
And
He wasn't there.
Oh.
And then we.
No, he was. He just.
He was standing in the bushes staring at us, and then
Exactly.
Mumson threw a water bottle. He's like, "Oh God!"
Not the podcast crew.
Mustn't have recognised Mumson.
Exactly.
So then we did Hapkido and threw basketball and drink bottle and dirt
Till 4 in the morning.
till literally 4 o'clock in the morning. It was good times.
Do they have 7-Eleven
The
in
time
Hong Kong?
zones.
That's
Do you remember?
So we're actually there for 12 hours.
See, we thought it was like 9 o'clock at night watching this movie. It was actually 1 a.m. midnight.
It's a long movie.
It's a big old movie, yeah.
Big on.
And time zones.
What would 7-Eleven be in Hong Kong?
It'd be 7-11.
Really?
7-Eleven.
It'd be 11 to 7.
Yes.
From all my travels, the one store that seems to be in every one of these countries is 7-Eleven.
11 to
In
7.
all the countries.
All the countries.
What about
I know Hooters
UK.
is in
Even like
somewhere.
even freaking Solomon Islands has 7-Eleven in the airport.
what about Yemen?
What about McDonald's?
Yeah,
Where the fuck's Yemen?
it's like in the Arab.
It's where you go salmon fishing.
Indian. I'm assuming they have a 7-Eleven.
You want to get that one?
Or they
There
have
we
a
go.
7-Eleven.
In the Yemen, you go salmon fishing.
11.
Because there's a movie called Salmon Fishing in the Yemen.
Happy 11.
Neither.
Fantastic.
So is this going to be a random jargon podcast or a philosophy podcast?
Philosophy.
Both. Why not both?
Mumson hasn't hit his
You,
70% yet.
I will, don't worry. I will.
70%? We
can
bring him
tell
down.
us-
We pay him
tell us
less this
something
time.
about-
You lose 70%.
80%.
You were wrong. You're the one who said it in the first place.
It's been too long, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Say something about philosophy, we'll follow up.
I'm not the one.
No.
Oh yeah, I never finished my point about who was in the right.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was
It was
going
us.
anymore.
We
It's
were-
too long
We'll
ago.
cut this together so it's less.
No,
like this.
Well, I guess the gist of it
Cutting
was,
is the easy ones.
if I was in a movie theater and I really wanted to watch a movie, say I was watching The Grinch, and obviously I love that movie and I want to watch it.
And Hellboy.
Not as good as the new
the
Lion
new
King.
one, the new Grinch, by the way, not the old one. Or the new Lion King. That was
Or Predator or any of these.
Great.
Well, I mean, the new Predator was pretty good actually.
It's
I
an
thought.
Oscar-winning movie.
I mean, you know, if I was
That we will
okay,
discuss
let's
on
just
the
go
podcast.
from broke here. I was watching Hellboy 2, and I was sitting there. And I was thinking, oh my god, I need to watch this movie.
I don't think it's Hellboy 2.
It's Hellboy, the one with
new
the
one.
guy from Stranger Things
With-
and the piss eyes woman.
That's just, it's a stand-up.
Yeah, really two characters.
All I need to say is piss eyes, and they're Hellboy. I mean, our fans obviously, you know, they're all hip with it,
Yeah, the
because
whole
they've been
world.
watching the
The whole world
podcast.
loves our podcast.
He did. But if I was watching a movie and some guys were being loud, you know, loud enough. If they were just being loud, I'd be like, whatever, just tune them out because I have that ability because I'm an adult. But if they were yelling,
Maybe this guy was like 12.
Mm.
He was just a
could
20.
have been,
seem
he could have been a
pretty
very
young.
large 12 boy.
Yeah.
These guys were probably in like the mid-20s.
20s.
Probably.
Young 20s, they weren't very
Yeah,
old.
they were pretty
They
young.
look like 25 to me. Then again, one of them looked fucking Kiwi and they always look older than that. So.
Yeah. But you know, if they were yelling and being annoying and I was sitting in the movie trying to watch it, I would just turn around and go,
walk up
Oi,
to them.
do you mind quieting down? And they would.
With the
I
word,
wouldn't
please.
go to them. I wouldn't stand in front of them and be like in a bar situation where I'm trying to intimidate and overpower them because it's a waste of time. I mean, I wouldn't do that. And that would be fair and sensible. And everyone else in the theatre would be like, good job. And they'd be happy and they'd all be like, good job, bro. And if the people said, oi, no, mate, I'm going to talk about
Have a
fucking
chin wiggle, whatever.
podcasting, and be like, oh, you don't know anything about
Chin wag,
podcasting,
that's
mate.
it.
And then we'd fight to the death. But you know, that's
Chin
neither here
wag,
nor
that's
there.
the
That's just
same.
Hong Kong.
It's Hong Kong, isn't it?
Yeah, with the right
Hong
going on.
Kongians.
But yeah, so like I get that he could have been annoyed. I understand that, but the way he went about it is not right. You don't want to intimidate people because that is the way his entire attitude, his demeanor, everything about him was,
Yeah.
I want to have a fight.
Yeah.
Asking us to go outside, you don't say, do we have to take this outside,
Yeah.
unless you want to take it outside.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get that he was in the right because we were being loud enough for him to hear. I'm sure that would have been annoying for him. But then he went about it the absolute wrong way by trying to begin a fight.
I love how you're trying to justify yourself.
I am.
Fantastic.
It's very easy for me because I believe I was in the right. And I'm sure there's people out there going, oh, you can't talk in movies. But, you know,
Well, you're not supposed to threaten anyone.
Fuck
in
you.
a cinema.
I paid for my ticket. The ticket didn't say you're not allowed to talk.
That's true. There's no science to say you can't talk either.
You know, it's a courtesy thing. It's not a law. So we can
Doesn't
do
mean
what we
that's a
want.
rule.
I don't think what we were doing was right, but
That guy had no right.
he shouldn't have
Yeah.
acted that way. That doesn't make what we were doing cool. He might have been making the other people in the theatre feel the same way, but the fact that they restrained themselves and didn't come up and threaten to fight us just shows that they obviously have a better grasp on their fucking anger than this guy does.
Well, they have
On a social
self-control.
setting. I agree with Smells. I don't feel like you guys were right, but definitely how you got around it was not correct either.
Well, see, talking in a theatre is just generally not right.
Yeah. You can't upload a podcast to save your life.
Anyway, I don't know how that would have sounded.
Travis knows it, not you. You can't send a podcast to save your life.
Never mind.
You joke.
I am the designated editor of the Mumson Podcast.
Yes, sure.
You guys do jack shit. Like, we're giving you so many things to do.
Where's the magic video, Riley?
Long lost.
There's like at least 3 podcasts that you have and you have not sent them at all.
You have access. You have access to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, like...
You're breaking kneecap.
Anyway, before that very, I'm sure, abrupt shift in tone and everything, what we were doing was wrong. Talking in a theatre is not correct. However, we chose a terrible movie at a really late time with hardly anyone in the theatre, and we, to our knowledge, were being quiet enough for no one to hear us, or for it to at least not be annoying and distracting from the movie. He decided it was fair enough. He told us fair enough, but he also threatened to fight us. That's not fair enough. That's the problem there.
Oh,
if he'd
that's-
said,
that's-
guys, can you quieten
that's
down,
awesome.
it wouldn't have ruined it for us. We'd just be quieter. And it would have been fine. But he
Yeah.
ruined it because he was so aggressive. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So we weren't in the right, but neither was he.
Well, yeah, that's not just take right there, basically.
Right before that cut, we'll just put like a fancy transition in between. Like
Well,
a snippet of a magic video. Just Riley goes, hey guys.
That's all we get.
No, didn't you do an ASMR card thing? But then
No,
deleted it?
It's still on my phone. And after watching it, I just like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
You just took it into the Mumson Podcast.
I thought you said you deleted it. Upload
He
it.
does a little clip of it.
Upload it for like an hour and then take it down.
I got a new box set coming in, so I'm probably going to film another one.
We can do a Mumson
Before you
review.
come
Mumson
to grips with
A
reality.
Mumson review on the new set. That'd be excellent.
VIP only, dude.
That's
Patreon
shit.
No, but
only.
that'll make it great.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the whole beauty of it.
It's just
You teach me.
You'll be pulling out bloody boingos and
Exactly.
shotgos and
Bingo, bingo, mango.
The Hong Kong president will love it.
Hong Kong president is dead.
I killed him.
Well, that is true. The next one, they get new ones.
That's right. They actually asked us for opinion on who we want to be the next Hong Kong president because we're pretty much only going to interview him. That's his whole job. Is just to be. Oh, yes. Since when?
So are we basically the face of, well, the voice of Hong Kong?
Well,
Probably.
okay. If we want to talk a bit, if we want to talk like philosophy politically, what's your guys' opinions on the Hong Kong situation? Yeah. So I hope that helped, Matt.
It did. Not really.
You better man.
I am. I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Peace up.
So do you want to do a closing to this? This was a good, a little
I don't
discussion.
think Riley's listening right now.
He's watching a magic video.
Do you want to close the podcast?
Oh my god.
Do you want to close the podcast?
I'm wondering if you'd like to hear about our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Someone else can do it.
Alright.
That was beautiful. That'll do it.
Alright, guys. See ya. Bye.
How long was that?
That was like that was